A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, no. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Ciao amici, benvenuti al Facile come Italiano. Hello guys, welcome to Easy as Italian. I'm Reza and well, let's learn the alphabets. So, the alphabets in Italian and also in English don't have any difference with each other. The only difference is the way they pronounce the letters. For example, if you go to Italy and say A, like you say in English, they would look at you like this and would say A. So there you have to say ah. And I would tell all of this to you. Just before that, I have to say that it's not necessary to learn the alphabets because, for example, no one is gonna ask you, tell me or recall all the alphabets from the beginning to the end. It can just help you in the future to learn the pronunciations of the words way much easier. So now let's start with the alphabets. I will recall all of them from the beginning to the end, and then we will check each of them by its own. So in the first we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. It's very easy and it has rhymes, so you can learn it very easily. Just now, let's check the letters by their own selves. So from the beginning, there's A, that sounds just like itself. B is like English. Chi. Why Chi? Because the letter C, C in English. This letter has two pronunciations in Italian. They call it che or che, not anything else. And well, how does it change? When it's in a word, for example, if after this letter there would be E or E, E or I in English. If there would be E or E, the letter would be called che. So it would be che or chi. Okay, but if there would be any other letter than these two letters, E and I, the pronunciation would be ke. Ka, ko, ku, che, chi. This is the difference and how does it change. So, A, B, C, D. It's like in English. E, F, A, B, C, D, E. Just like it sounds. E, F, F. The accent is very important. F, because Italians are kind of very sensitive about these accents. So take care of these things and be careful. F, the accent on F, G. H. Why H? Because H is silent in Italian, just like in French, that the H is silent. So H, I, J, they are easy. K, it has the same rhyme as H, so easy to learn. K, L, M, N, O, P. Guys, please be careful about the accents. L on L, L, M, N. Be very careful about these accents. They are really important. You will get to know it in the future. L, M, N, O, P. O and P, just like themselves. O, P. Q, R, again the accent. R, E, P, Q, sorry. Q, P. R, S, T. S, again the accent. on S, and T just like itself. R, S, T. U, V, W, Y, V. In English they say W, in French W. So W, you will know it, it means double. So W, double V, double V. W, X. And you remember there was a letter that in English they call Y. In the schools used to call it Y, or in some places Y. And now here you have to call it Y. Comes from Greek. So yeah, X, Y is the writing, and zeta. So these were the letters and alphabets of Italian. Now I would like to teach one verb at the end of each session, so you would learn more verbs, your vocabulary would get better, and so they would come to use and come in handy in the future. I guess it's like you say. So we learned the alphabets. If you want, practice and memorize it. If you don't, doesn't matter at all actually. Just now let's go for the verb. You remember that I said aka or H is silent in Italian. It's a silent word. So now let's learn a verb that has aka in itself. So the verb is to have. And let me tell you, in Italian they have more than one infinitive. I mean, for example, in English you just say, well, there is infinitive. Infinitive is a form of the verb that doesn't have or depend to any time or pronoun. In Italian they say, well, infinitive can be dependent on time, but not the pronoun. So in Italian they have the past, the simple past infinitive, and also present infinitive. So I just told you this so in the future you wouldn't get shocked. And so I will teach the verbs with their present infinitive, because the past infinitive won't come in use for you, at least in far future. Maybe it would come. And so the verb to have, the infinitive, the present infinitive is avere. The accent is on the E after V and before R. Avere. Then the pronouns are I from the first to the end. O. Remember, aka is silent. So O, I, A. O, I, A. I'm not talking Chinese. It's Italian. O, I, A. Then abbiamo, abbiamo, abbiamo. The accent is on B and also on the A before M. Abbiamo. Avete on E before T. Avete. And hanno. That would be on N. So you learned it. O, I, A. Abbiamo, avete, hanno. Pretty simple. So now you can say in Italian that you have something, or another person has something. So it's a very useful verb. Just it's a kind of special verb, irregular verb, because you saw it. O-I-A, then abbiamo. It doesn't get related to the other forms of the verb. Just out of a sudden, abbiamo. Yeah, they have some of these kind of verbs, but they are not so much. Not so much. I mean, don't worry about it. Just focus on the things you have learned till here and work on the alphabet if you liked, as I said. But for sure, work on the verbs. They're important. And for sure, write them. Write the infinitive and then write the pronouns under them, because they may get out of your head and you have to check it again. I don't know, use any way you know. Okay, the session is over. I hope you have liked it. Press the subscribe button because there are more sessions on the way. And well, if you want to learn Italian, it's the best place. If you had any questions from this session, please write in the comments so I would be able to help you. It would be really my pleasure, and my only desire is to make Italian for you the easiest thing to learn, exactly like drinking water. So follow me and we will make it the easiest language in the world. See you in the next couple of days. Take care of yourself.